Salute. Some of these videos are really difficult to make short. Okay, Ryan MMA and I were going over applications you can do and to drills. We've covered on most things on the channel, you know, with the hugging drill, the song of hands, and the beating the drums. We haven't yet because it's really hard to do on a bob. If you don't know, you can buy a bob with arms, of course, now, but if you have a bob already, you can just buy the arms. It's like a jacket, basically zips up in the back. I don't know how long it's been out, but it didn't used to be. So if you already have a bob and you want the arms, you can just go to Center and buy them. My drills now are different, and to be 100% transparent with you, that whole thing at the beginning is basically flash. That's what it is. It's a hook, you know, very much so in that Speakman ideology of there's great application for speed. There is. But I'm not doing a whole bunch to him when I'm like that. That's not... It didn't feel good, right? Like, he's not liking that. And I could even do him as knuckles and pop, pop, pop. To be able to make the argument for and the argument against. Well, much bigger fan of the FMA style. And that's how we made my Kempo Muay Thai in the style of Kempo. Kempo in the style of Muay Thai for unarmed, and Kali in the style of Kempo. Kempo in the style of Kali for weaponized. So here and here. You saw that street fight defense video. That's basically what it is. I'm addressing and elbowing. Do this slow and psychological mind pierce of stepping into him and elbowing. Kempo gets a lot of flack for that sloppy choppy speed drills, and kind of for good reason, honestly. Like, it didn't feel good, but it didn't knock him out either. When I'm here, that put him to sleep, probably anyway. So we'll go over 3 real quick. I address and I elbow, or I cage up and I elbow, and I elbow. What we do on one side, we do on the other. So I'm coming in, pop, pop. He's got arms up, and he's getting his guard. I come up to the center, and I hit that deflecting hammer style, get to his head, and bam, because it will work pretty well. Let's start with that, even if you don't have the arms. Here, 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 here. Hand out to block, or hand to cage. Not really a huge fan of blocking. It has application, it does. You may, I don't. We're sparring, I'm parrying that out of there every time. It's not that I won't block it, but I'm out of there as fast as I can to parry. I'm a much bigger fan of the FMA style of blocking here and here, and getting my head caged, because in this, you're not able to get too much, right? On the outsides, you come up on the inside, here, coming up here, like that. I'm getting that cage, bam, depending on the angle of where he's at, and I'm getting those up and covering. You can do a lot of versions of this, depending where you learn. There's several of them, but the all-encompassing elbows, caged up, covering the majority works better, I think. So we'll do a lot of that for our drills. We step in, boom, and then we get to the head, the face, we get to where we reinforce, and then into the throat. The biggest thing for drilling is that head, throat. So another good one for this, I'm always aiming to address, even if you don't have an arm out there to block. I'm always drilling to where I'm here. So in, and I know a lot of people do chops. I'm a much bigger fan between here and here, because it covers a lot more of an area, and it's just thicker. So I can come up underneath and hit them into the throat and get that whole piece. And that also gives me the wrap around on the neck. And so usually we'll do this kind of thing, in and out, grab like that. And what I do is I get my other hand and I'm going to reinforce it right here. As soon as I get here, you know, if you saw the street defense video, you get up to the wall, and I'm going to bam, bam, bam. And that is to say, use what's around you to slam his head into the wall. So how that looks, boom, and then I'm popping to the head, hard, and fast. Do it on the other side. Come up, get this hand in to the throat, striking the throat, reinforcing the other hand. And I don't have a wall over here, but if I had a car door, that kind of a thing, using what's around you to start reinforcing the slamming. And then number 3, usually around that ideology of I want to get to his head. So coming directly straight into it, and boom. And I don't like the clasp because he can do a lot to me from here. So I'm a much bigger fan, side of the head, getting into the eyes, and I always say brace your head. So basically, taking away his ability to headbutt you. I'm here like this and tucked down. He can't really, pull back without me feeling it. If I'm right here, he can just pop. And we don't really do headbutts because we spend so much time protecting this, but I don't want him doing it to me either. So we get right there, get sucked in like that, and anchor back down, but I don't want to clasp my hands. I don't even want to do this. I get here like that. We start doing the knees, pop, 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 and you keep kneeing. Thank you so much for the interactions there, brother, and hope we can try those. I love so much of Kempo and those micro lessons. I think they're good to be able to explain kind of what Ed Parker was doing. For me, I look at so much of these things. I think if you're a good martial artist, you find the weak points in your discipline and you work on them, and you identify the strong points and you work on them. But, I took just other disciplines, Muay Thai and Kali, to be able to reinforce those. So my stuff's just a little bit different. I still love all the Kempo stuff. Most of the Kempo stuff I'm a big critic too, because we had to remove all the rod techniques, the firearm stuff they were doing, because they had a couple of things that were good to apply, but they also broke firearm safety rules while doing it. And I don't mean just with pistol whipping. They are literally muzzle flashing, and my instructor calls covering the whole room, all around you. And so I think every good martial artist look exactly at what it is they can do better and build with as much information and knowledge as they can pull. I hope you enjoy, sir. Have a good night.